Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today Mac and I are going to be showing you how to make target stands because we realized that in a lot of our videos we're showing targets up on these wooden target stands, and we thought that you guys might not know how to make those for when you go to the range. And also we have our upcoming live fire online course coming out soon, and it might be helpful for you to know how to make these target stands so you can use them for that course as well. So right now we're at Home Depot. It's wicked rainy out, but we're gonna run in there real quick. I'm gonna put a list here of all the things we're gonna buy so you know exactly what you need to make these target stands. We're gonna show you the total at the end, how much it comes out to. So let's get started. All right, here we go. This is the best smelling part of Home Depot, the lumber section. All right, first we need a 2x4. Make sure it's straight.
It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but it just needs to be reasonable, and it needs to be an 8-footer.
An 8-footer. 8-foot 2x4. All right, now we gotta get 2 pieces of strapping that are 8 feet long. Making sure they're the right ones. Now we've gotta get a 2x4 piece of plywood. All right, we're gonna get the 11/32. This is the one we've chosen. All right, so we need 3-inch screws. If you buy them individually like this, we need 8 of them. So you'd need to buy 4 of these packets. It comes out to like $6. But if you just get a box, like if you're gonna be using them for other things in the future, this box of 75 is $8.38. So that's cheaper if you're gonna be using them again. Same thing with these 1 5/8. It's cheaper to buy a whole box if you're going to use them in the future, but if you're not, you can buy the individual ones. All right, then we got some spikes. These are 10-inch, but you could also do 8-inch. Okay, if you need a drill bit for the spikes, it's $13.97. My gentleman husband pulled the van up. It's really rainy out. All right guys, we're home now. I'm gonna put right here the price list so you can see how much everything cost. I'll break down all the prices. It might be different wherever you are. This is just at Home Depot where we got all this stuff. So first thing we're gonna do is make the base for the target stand. So I have this 8-foot 2x4 here. I'm gonna cut it up into 4 2-feet pieces. Now we're going to cut our 2-foot sections. Make sure you have your safety glasses on. All right, now I've got our 8-foot piece of strapping here. You can make this however long you want, but since the bed of our truck when we close it is 5 feet 7 inches, we want this a little shorter than that, so we're going to do 5 feet 6.5 inches. That's 5 feet 6.5 inches. I'm 5'2". So now we're gonna do the same thing with our other piece of strapping because we need 2 legs for the target stand.
That's better.
All right. So I'm just using the first piece I cut as a measuring stick, and I'm just gonna mark where I'm gonna cut the second piece. For the target stand. So now from those 2 cuts I have 2 extra pieces of strapping. So one of them I'm just going to toss to the side, and the other one I'm going to cut into 5-inch sections, and I'll show you why after I cut them. there we've got 6 pieces of about 5 inches. Alright, now we've got the stand on the ground. I'm going to put these little pieces we just cut underneath it so that when we put our screws in, which are 1 5/8, it won't go through and hit the driveway, and it's also not going to stab you in the hand when you go to move your target around. So we're going to add these pieces underneath. It'll also give your target a little more stability. There's already one here in the middle. I'm going to add one up here, and then one down at the bottom, right there. And then we're just going to put 1 screw in each. I'm just going to drill some holes first so that nothing cracks. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to put my little blocks underneath. Alright, now this part is complete. This is what it looks like. I'll show you the back too. It's the front. There's the back, so we just screwed these in. Now we're going to finish making our base. So what we have to do is measure the inside of our stand. It's right here. The inside of mine is roughly 19 inches. So I'm going to cut my extra piece of strapping here to 18 inches so we have a little wiggle room, and then I'll show you how that all fits together after I cut it. So I'm going to measure 18 inches on my strapping. Alright, now I've got that piece of strapping I cut to 18 inches. I'm going to take 2 of the 2-foot pieces of 2x4 that I cut earlier. They're right here. So I'm going to take my strapping, my 18-inch strapping, put it on top of one, kind of like a sandwich. Try to center it as best as you can. And then I'm going to put the other piece of 2x4 on top. Then I'm going to take my 3-inch screws, and I'm going to put 2 of them in on this side. Alright, now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now it's together like that. I'm going to take my other 2 pieces and put them on the bottom. This is going to be the bottom. Try to center those as best as you can. So now I'm going to screw these in 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I'm going to drill a couple holes. I'm going to put one in the front, one in the back. So one right here and one right here. And that's going to be for these spikes to go in at the end. So let's drill those holes. Alright, so now we're going to put it all together. So you want to flip this over. Get your stand. And this should hopefully fit right into your base. So now when you go to the range, you can take apart the base and the stand, put it together there, and if it's windy and you need a little more stability, you can take your little spikes, put them right in those holes. One goes in the front, one goes in the back, and then you just staple your target right to the front of the stand. You can reuse it over and over again, and it's a pretty easy to make and inexpensive target stand. And when it comes time to take it apart after you're done shooting, little hack for you, just stand right on the middle of it to give you a little more strength, and just pull right up on the stand and it should pop right out. You could do this whole thing by hand if you wanted to, but having one drill driver will make your life a lot easier. If you can, borrow one from someone if you don't have one. I use 2 just because we have to, but if you don't, that's totally okay. You can just use 1. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful and you guys have fun making your own target stands. We're going to be using these a lot in our upcoming Practical Handgun Academy course, so keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe. Bye!